Ephraim, have you seen Rue around?
Yeah, I think he's cleaning up the nursery room. There was some kobold hatchlings hatched yesterday, so he's tidying it up, I think.
I was sworn that was scheduled for next week. Let's come a bit early. I'll have to go visit them later. But maybe we should bring a person in. I know Rue's missing, but we haven't missed an appointment yet.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Alright. This one appears to have quite a few stories to tell. Alright, there we are.
Hello there.
Going on? Where am I? Who are you?
We are the Delegation of Dreamers, and you are actually in the realm of dreams and forgotten memories. I'm Ashura.
And I'm Ephraim. And who might you be?
Seisley?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Seisley. Sorry for bringing you in so abruptly. It's kind of difficult for us to send any messages. We were hoping we could interview you and maybe jot down some of your stories.
Sure? Okay.
First of all, is that a lot of burn marks on your arms?
Yeah?
Do you mind if I asked what happened?
Sure, I guess. I have wild magic. Kind of burned down my orphanage.
Well, we've all done that.
Did you just say you burned down an orphanage?
Well, you did too.
Not on purpose!
Well,
My magic, sir!
you know, if they settle an orphanage in our lands, is it really my fault if it burns down? No.
Ephraim, we had to go to court over this.
So, anyway.
You talked about surge. What kind of surge are you referring to?
I have wild magic, so I surge a lot. I can't really control it. It just happens, especially when I'm stressed, which is a lot.
A lot of wild magic seems to be an innate item. Do you know someone possibly on your family that had wild magic? It's not necessarily a thing you just come across.
I don't really know my family. I grew up in the orphanage. Grandpa Eskel, he's a wizard. Well, he's kind of a god now. He told me that it's inherent and that someone in my family's past must have had interacted with the weave of magic that exists. I don't know much about that. I just know I have magic now, and it doesn't like me very much.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to imply anything.
So you inherited the magic?
Yeah, kinda, I guess. I don't understand my magic very well. It scares me.
But you still use magic as a tool?
Yeah, as I can. The more basic spells I can use pretty easily without much risk of surging, and those are typically the more useful ones anyways. Otherwise, they tend to be more dangerous, but I end up in far more dangerous situations than I've ever wanted to, so they help protect me at least.
Do you have anything that helps you control it? I know there are some magic items that allow that.
Yeah, so I got this pin from Grandpa Eskel. He gave it to me. Helps me control the surges more often, so I can cast most of my spells without really worrying about that as much. Doesn't do much for the stress surges, but at least when I purposely cast something, it's less likely to go wrong.
Well, that seems handy.
It is. It's helped a lot. It's gotten me a lot more comfortable with my magic. Able to do things with it and not be as scared of them going wrong. I still don't use most of my spells all that often since they're more causing pain to people, and I prefer to not be in situations where that's needed. Not that I can always help that.
So, where did you go after burning down your orphanage? Did you move to another orphanage?
No, I just kind of ran. I left. I found a mouse in a field that I adopted and found someone I thought would be a friend.
You found a random mouse in a field?
Yeah, I was trying to take care of the burns, and he came up to me, and so I can speak with animals, so I talked to him a bit and decided to take him with me, so I'd always have someone with me at least. It was lonely. That was a couple months of just hiding and trying to be alone before that.
If one needs a friend. May I ask what the mouse's name is?
Alton? Alton.
And how's Alpin doing?
Good. He's been with me 5 years. It's been good. He's helped me in so many ways. I used to send him off on little missions when I needed to get information and stuff when I was adventuring. And even now he just helps take care of me when I need and when I get stressed and things like that.
Isn't 5 years a lot for a mouse?
I've decided not to think about that. I don't really know what I would do if he wasn't here. Thankfully he still is, though.
I'm sure he's not going anywhere soon if he survived this long. Seems rather resourceful.
Yeah.
So you were pretty much homeless after the orphanage fire?
Yeah, I didn't have anything, so I just tried to figure out how to get around, primarily in the cities and stuff like that. I met someone who I thought was helping me figure out how to get around, but that was not a great situation. He was not a great person.
What happened? If I may ask.
I found a friend. He offered to help me figure out how to get by on the streets and stuff and get money easily so we could actually afford anything. It was a lot of pickpocketing and tricking people, flirting with them to distract them before we robbed them and ran off. It was not great. He really didn't help me be a good person. But he's gone now.
But he helped you survive?
Only in the most literal sense.
He didn't help you thrive.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he did also try and kill me.
He tried to kill you.
Yeah, he's not a great person.
Can I ask why he tried to kill you?
Apparently, his sisters were in the orphanage with me, and were injured enough to where they died. I finally felt comfortable enough to tell our party about it, and he connected the pieces and realized I accidentally killed his sisters. And wanted revenge, so he took my stuff and stabbed me while we were in the middle of a big fight we were losing and ran off. Told me my magic was gonna take me out soon enough anyways.
And what about the rest of your party?
The other two, our bard had gone down, so the cleric took him out of the situation, which is when Zav decided to betray me. Not a great memory.
It's completely fine. We can move on to another. Can you tell us about how you met the party? Or at least your favorite party?
Yeah, so that was my first party, and then we had just kind of met. Zav arranged most of that. But my favorite party I was with was the one before I stopped adventuring altogether, I guess. It was a very inconsistent party. A bunch of us got dragged to another demiplane. They called it like a plane of dread or something like that. We got there, met a bunch of people. There was a tabaxi that immediately decided to blame me for pulling everyone there, and tried to kill me or hold a knife to my throat so I'd give him information. It was fun. They were a mess, but they weren't too bad.
I feel like a lot of people have tried to kill you.
So many. It's not a great time.
I know the plane of dread seems kind of bad, but it's not as bad as the plane of Fred. I hate that guy. He's so annoying, and he's got his own plane.
Fred can be a bit of a pain in the butt. He always wants to borrow milk, but never allows us to borrow.
So, was there a reason?
Very specific.
Was there a reason for you to be pulled into the plane of dread?
I don't really know. It was, I mean, there were these like dark power things that existed throughout. Everything in that plane was awful. there were hags making pastries out of children and vampire that stalking people and flesh golems and ghost paladins. It was not fun.
Ghost paladins. That's a rare one.
Yeah, it was.
Can I ask, is that paladins who worship ghosts or ghosts of paladins?
More the second one. The vampire had apparently gone to the temple place and wiped out all of the paladins and clerics there. Some of them were resurrected, and some of them stayed dead and became ghosts and don't like people sneaking around their temple.
Can't say I blame him. I mean, who likes unwanted visitors?
Yeah,
No.
or orphanages on their land.
Ephraim,
What?
I can't afford a lawyer again. Can you tell us a bit about some of the enemies that you encountered there? Or basically what your party was trying to do? Were they trying to get back home? Were they tasked with specific quests to do so that they could?
The first group of us were all just, I think, trying to figure out how to get home in whatever way we could. None of us really knew how, so we were trying to figure that out. A lot of it centered around this vampire guy. A lot of them disappeared. I assume they found ways home, and I ended up just kind of with new people. One thought he lived there, or was like from that plane, even though he was a dwarf and everyone there were humans. I mean, he also thought he sprouted from the ground, so he was not the smartest. And then there was a changeling rogue who wanted to kill the vampire because he had some vendetta against him. So he found his way to the plane to kill him. I just wanted to get home, but these people would at least work with me, whereas everyone else was scared.
Trying to kill you.
Yeah, or trying to kill me. They at least weren't trying to do that.
That's always a big plus.
Yeah, I mean, when everyone else is threatening you, it is at least.
Yeah. It's always good to have a safe haven with some friends. Can I ask a bit about your magic? Is that alright?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm figuring it out.
What are some of the most chaotic surges you've had?
Burning down the orphanage.
Well, besides that.
Yeah, I'd gotten into a fight with some of my friends that I had found, and kind of collapsed in the middle of the street and set off a fireball, and like 4 other surges. There's a lot of necrotic energy. Luckily, no one else. It was like the middle of the night, so no one else was out in the streets. So no one else got hurt. Luckily,
Did it just randomly happen?
My magic is very tied to my emotions. So when I get really stressed, I surge a lot. I was kind of planning to leave town. I thought I found a home, but I run a lot.
You often need to leave town when you cast fireball in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I had met some good people who had convinced me to stay, though.
It's always good having good people on your side. What about a surge that's helped you out? Has any of those happened?
Yeah. When Zav tried to kill me, that's how I survived. My magic surged a couple times, helped me heal a bit and teleport out of there. So I was safe at least at that point. Alone. Well, I had Alton, but I was safe at least.
In regards to your burns, do those hurt? I'm very certain we have some stuff here that might be able to help if they do.
Not anymore. They've healed as best. They're fully healed. They feel like they burn sometimes, but that's more stress, I think, than them actually burning. But they're fine.
If you would like, we can give you some special moss to help with them.
I don't want to burden you or.
It's also quite good to stick the moss on a stick and then you can rub your back with it. It's quite nice.
Helps with acne as well.
But moving on, what town was this?
The new town. It's Port Drixon.
I think I've heard of that one before.
But that's not in the realm of dread, is it?
No. It's on its own plane thing that I don't I don't fully understand. Grandpa Eskel had done things to the town, and there was new people. The whole plane changed. I don't fully know what's going on.
Yeah, I was going to ask how you got from the Plane of Dread to Port Drakeston.
Oh, I know that part actually. I kind of died. Don't tell Andre that. I kind of died on the Plane of Dread by the Paladin ghost, and one of the Dark Powers offered to take me back, not onto that plane anymore. They told me they were taking me back to my plane, which seems like I was from this plane, but I don't. Things feel weird and off. But I mean, it's I guess my home plane.
But you live there now.
My home city is there, and people I know were there. Yeah, so now I'm here. I don't fully know what's going on with the plane nonsense, but they put me in the middle of some random forest on this plane and on my home plane, and I just kind of found my way back. They also screwed with my magic a bit, so that's fun. Not like my magic wasn't chaotic already.
So they made it even more chaotic?
Yeah, it's very, very necrotic now. It caused. That's why my hair is white now. And I used to be a brunette. Now my hair's white. Didn't like it at first. I'm getting used to it now. Caused gross things like vomiting maggots when I try and talk. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I was going to say a hair color change doesn't seem that bad, but yeah, vomiting maggots, that could ruin a lunch.
Yeah, the hair color change wasn't awful.
It looks pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, white hair always looks good.
Thanks. I'm getting used to it. But that's what happened. That's how I eventually just kind of found my way to the nearest city, which happened to be Port Drakeston, and now I'm here. Lots of former adventurers here. A lot of criminals too, but
So you found some new friends in this town?
yeah. I had met some people. Ended up talking with the town wizard in his tower. He adopted me. That's Grandpa Eskel. And then he had two people living in his tower already, Muriel and Coda. So they're my friends now. And then I work at the Bluebell, and all the people who work there currently are my friends. There were some bad times before, but they're gone. So I'm okay.
Oh, that's good that you met some new friends.
Yeah, the people here are good. I have ever met people this nice before. I don't know if it's because of who I was and now trying to be better, or just really bad luck. But I'm happy here, or there.
I mean, we'd love to have you here if it makes you happy.
But I think she wants to be sent back.
Yes, please.
Of course, I just have a few more questions, and we'll be happy to send you back if that's all right.
Sure.
Well, on a cheerier note, what would you say is one of your favorite moments while questing?
Oh yeah. Some really cool moments. I like when my magic does good things. And helps me, which is nice. I was fighting this flesh golem thing, and my magic's very useful when I'm in fights and danger like that. Well, when it doesn't surge and hurt me more. So she had gotten really close, so I put up a cloud of daggers, which was nice fun until my party kept running through it. Not the smartest bunch, but that was fun.
Your party kept running through your cloud of daggers.
Yeah, we were in a hallway, and they kept moving back and forth, and I don't know why they were doing it. I think they were trying to help me fight the flesh golem, but yeah, they decided to just take the damage. I mean, they were a lot tougher than me too.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too smart.
It's not the smartest, but I think tank it, why not?
Yeah, it was just the one enemy left in me, so that was okay.
So, do you have any goals in life? What do you want to accomplish?
All I've ever wanted was a normal life. That's not really possible for me. But that's all I ever really wanted. Like starting an orphanage of my own or taking in kids would be nice. Somewhere safe they can be. That, unlike where I was. But like, I've met a lot of people now who have done that. I've taken in kids in bad situations. Just the idea of helping people, kids avoid the situations I was in. I'd rather them feel safe.
Make sure it's fireproof.
He knows from experience.
Yeah, they burn up so quickly.
Ephraim, please. No more lawyers. I think we're giving her some PTSD.
But you have a somewhat normal life now that you have a adopted grandpa.
Hang on. Let her calm down. The surges can't hurt us. Still don't want them having a panic attack.
Think of this as a dream.
You don't have to worry about the surges acting up here.
You okay, Seisley?
Yeah, I'm okay. What was your question?
No, I was just stating that you seem to have a somewhat normal life with an adopted grandpa and new friends. Seems to be good for you.
Yeah, Grandpa Eskel kind of ascended. He's a god now.
I take it back. It's not normal at all.
I know. I don't stay at the tower anymore. My friends visit me sometimes, but I like I said, I work at the Bluebell, so I stay there now. Camilla's like the only mom figure I've ever had, which is nice. And then my coworkers are really nice, and Andre is there, so that's nice.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, Andre's my boyfriend. Sorry, I forget people don't know him.
No problem. How did you two meet?
Oh, I was looking for a job and kind of got lost in the city. So I ended up in a giant circle back at the tower when I was staying there. And then someone had stopped me on the street, Toby, and brought me to the Bluebell. Apparently Camilla's like a mom to him too, and that's the whole thing. But he brought me there, and Andre was working there. And that's how we met. And then I got a job too. So that was nice.
A job and a boyfriend at the same time. It's pretty nice.
Well, I mean, it's not like we started dating right away. It was fairly quick, but it wasn't right away. Honestly, it was only like a week since we met and started dating, but
Finding love's always good.
yeah, he makes me feel safe, which isn't something I normally feel, so.
I'm glad to hear.
Do you still go out adventuring though?
Not very often. It's not my favorite thing. Not exactly the normal life I'd like, but I've gone on some quests and stuff since being in Port Drakeston to help my friends and stuff like that as they need. But different people just need help still, and if I can do it, I will. We helped save Eskel. He had gotten kidnapped before he ascended, and then so I helped that, and then Toby too had actually gotten kidnapped, so we saved him. So that was fun.
So you're helping people already?
Yeah, my friends, they needed help and would do the same for me. So do what I can to keep my friends safe.
So what did your Grandpa Eskel ascend to? Or how did he ascend?
He had combined merged planes together or something, pulled people from planes. I don't fully understand what happened. But now he's the god of magic on our plane. So
Wait, you can ascend by pulling people into your realm?
it was a major. He completely changed the function of the plane. It wasn't like he just took someone to a new plane. It was a lot of people, and he basically rewrote reality or something like that, I guess.
We aren't gods, Ephraim.
Sure, I'm pulling the next guest.
I don't.
You are not going to become a god that way, but go for it. I just have one final question for you.
Yeah.
What would be one of your most epic moments in your quests?
I like when I'm in danger, I use a bunch of chaos magic, basically, and I can sometimes get it to split off and do different types of magic. I don't fully understand how my magic works, but I had used that spell and it split in two and then jumped places and did a lot of damage. It took out one of the enemies right away, and really hurt the other one. Which was nice to be able to see that happen when my magic works. It's almost empowering in a way. Makes me a bit less scared of it, but it was awesome to feel accomplished. Yeah, that was really cool to see my magic do. I was kind of impressed with myself, I guess.
It's always good to focus on the good aspects of things that frighten you. It normally helps people out.
Yeah, I'm adjusting to my magic. It's a lot more under control than it used to be.
That's good to hear. I'm sure you'll master it with time. But until then, I think that's all the time that we have. Thank you for joining us, and have a good awakening. I just have one final question for you.
Yeah.
Crap, now I'm trying to out of character. Fuck.
Haha, you didn't have one.
No, I had one, and then I thought of a second one, and I was like, oh, that's a better one, and then I lost the second one.
Oh no.
It happens. It was a nice one to leave off on. It was like, okay, I think I got it. So how do you imagine your story ending?
And-
How do you want it to end?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, fuck you.
How do you think you're gonna die?
No. Sorry. All right. Let me reword that. You have a point there. Good. I'll just go with the other one.